Hey, everybody. We're live from Spain. I'm in Spain with two of my buddies here who made it all possible. Steve Cantardi over here, the legend, and Guy from France, who speaks like 30 languages, who kind of hooked all this thing up. So we just want to say hello. When you come on in, let us know where you're from. And if you've ever been to Spain, and we're going to Madrid tomorrow, right, boys?
Tomorrow we're leaving bright and early.
We're going to go see the Madrid Open. So if you've been to Madrid, hola, we'll put this here. So if you've been to Madrid, let us know what we have to see besides the tennis tournament. I've been watching. Have you guys been watching the tennis tournament? I've been watching the tennis tournament. I think I'm going to be there in a couple of days. But today we've been at Rafa Academy for how many days, Guy?
4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
4 days now.
And tell them what happened to you today and get your picture out.
Well, today I got the chance to cross Rafa actually and got a picture with him. Yes, very nice guy, and we got a time to chat a little bit, and that was great. We actually saw him also practicing for 2 days, so we hope he's gonna be ready for the French Open.
Yeah, we have the inside scoop on Rafa. He's been out there just hitting the ball to shreds. So he looks good to us, and put that right. I'll put it up here. Can you guys see that? Look at that. Two handsome men. That's Guy right there in that picture.
Rafa
and there's the legend. And a couple of other people. Donna, who's here on our trip, she got to have a picture with Rafa. So Rafa's been very nice and accommodating. And he always has that same beautiful smile that he gives on all the pictures.
Yes, same smile.
Yeah. So tonight what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go through the top 5 lessons that I've learned here at Rafa's Academy, because I've learned some really cool stuff watching the way they train the juniors and the adults. I think some of the things are going to surprise you. But before we get into that, these guys have to pack their bags really soon. I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're doing here. They'll tell you a little bit about this experience, the Spanish experience. And hopefully next year you'll want to come. So, Guy, tell us how did you even hook this up to where we came here to the Rafa Academy?
Well, maybe most of you guys know about the relation we have with Steve. He's my partner in the US, and Steve told me that many of his club members were very interested on going to this trip to see Rafa at the academy. So we put up a very nice program together and decided to go 4 days at the academy, train with the Rafa pros for 4 days, build up a program also for the non-tennis players, because many players, guys and girls, are coming with their spouses that sometimes don't play tennis, and we organized a lot of side activities. We went on the boat cruise, we went on the wine tour, and we had a full day tour also to see the island. But anyway, the guys were playing 3 full days of tennis, 12 hours tennis. Got a chance, some of them, to cross with Rafa, and then with Steve we decided, like, why not adding a late trip to that Rafa experience and go to see the quarter, semis and final of the Master 1000 tournament in Madrid, which is one of the coolest and best tournament in the world. So we're actually going tomorrow to Madrid for the next 4 days, and also we have a special guest that is waiting for us Saturday, Peter.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about who the special guest is here in a second, but first of all, we were on the boat that Guy was talking about. Is the oldest Spanish boat, wooden Spanish boat in the world. 1841 is when the boat was made. Steve, tell us about the seats that you guys have secured for the Madrid Open.
Well, they're premier seats, that's for sure. And along with it comes the executive club, where we can go out and eat and drink while we watch tennis. So, it's going to be a real treat. It's a treat always to watch, a 1000 tournament. And I think it's a special treat to watch it on red clay. I don't know about any other tennis fan, but I get pretty excited when I see that red clay because it is so unique. So we're watching one of the best tournaments in the world. We've got great seats, we've got food and drink, and we've got friends that we're with, and that's the beauty of these trips. You combine you bring people in that have a combined passion for tennis and for being with people. And it really, really is a great experience. The tennis part here at Rafa's is just, it's a candy land for tennis players. And then to top it all off with watching the best players in the world on what I consider to be just a fabulous surface, the red clay courts. I think it's just awesome.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to get to the top 5 things I've learned here at Rafa's Academy. But Guy did say he has one surprise for everybody on Saturday. And it's cool. Like, we got Jerry, who's saying he hopes to see us next year in Madrid. And Scott Levy, who's on the live stream, is actually here with us. Maybe, Scott, you could tell people how great this is. Look at that picture of Rafa, by the way. Where is that? Look at that. Rafa in the – oh, look at that. Yeah. This place is awesome. Guy, tell them what you've done on Saturday and who people are going to meet here on the trip.
Now, today we had a dinner with the whole crew at the Rafa Nadal Academy, and they had no idea. We surprised them that we have a special guest coming to see them for a tennis clinic in Madrid. So Saturday, Alex Correja, which is a former Spaniard tennis player, is going to be with us. He's going to train with our guests. He's going to have some talk with them, some drinks afterwards. He's going to tell a bunch of stories. For your information, Alex Correja was ranked number 2 in the world. He made it to the final of the French Open twice in 1998 and 2001. I think he beat a couple of times Pete Sampras. I'm not sure about Agassi. But he is also the leader of the Spanish team to make it to the first win on the Davis Cup in year 2000, I think. So great guy, great legend, and we're looking forward to have him also with the group on Saturday.
That's amazing, guys. So these 2 gentlemen beside me, they make my life so fun. I've gone to Australia with this guy. I've gone to France with this guy last year. We're in Spain now. We're looking to go to South America next year, and with Pablo Cuervas and Jose Luis Clerc. We're talking about going to the south of France. I mean, we have so many trips planned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you read your comment section, I see all these beautiful comments coming. I'm going to put a link in there. So as you're watching tonight's live stream and you see that link I've just put up in the chat, and you go, man, I want to learn more about this. Maybe I want to go someday. If it's not this year, maybe it's next year. If it's not next year, maybe it's the next year. Eventually, you're going to want to come. Fill out the interest list that I've put for you guys. If you're at all intrigued about what it's like to do all this stuff, we will personally get on the phone with you, and we'll answer any questions you want with no pressure. No pressure to sign up for anything. Just literally get to ask us, what's it like and what's that like and what do we do here and what do we do there? Because it's almost impossible to tell you everything we're doing on these live streams. Like these are trips of a lifetime, especially if you love tennis. Okay, it's amazing. Robert says, super excited to see Rafa hitting. Let's go. So I know you guys came on for some lesson, for some content. I know these guys are tired because we have to, oh my gosh, we're at 99 people. We got to get one more person, get to 100. But these guys got to pack, and they're like the planners of the trip. So they're probably gonna have like meetings till 12 o'clock tonight. So I'm going to let them go. They're going to pack. We're at 102. Awesome. And we're going to get into this. Look at this. Am I too old at 66? Leslie, you're right in the sweet spot. I would say most people on this trip are easily over 50. And we have an 80-year-old who's kicking butt on this trip. In fact, the first day he came off the court, he's like, I need to go to the next level. I've been practicing. Get me on a different court. So we have all ages, all levels, and they're all nuts about tennis. That's what we all have in common. Boys, anything you want to say before you knock off for bed and meetings and stuff?
I'm saying that we are going to do this trip again next year, the same time of the year, end of April to beginning of May, and really, as Peter said, like if you love tennis, you love being around people, you love great food, you love activities, and you want to learn a new culture, and you want to play great tennis. And you are all fan also probably of Rafa Nadal. That's really the trip to do. Coming to Spain, Rafa Nadal Academy in Madrid next year.
Steve?
Yeah, our tennis experience are really all about great tennis, great people, and great fun, and that's really what all these are about. And it truly is an adventure, an experience. And we found out that our alums hang out together, that they stay in touch with each other all year long. They make lifelong friends, and that's what our wonderful game is all about. So we'd love to have you join us at some point when it works out for you. So keep playing tennis. Make sure you get on a court tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, the next day. And thanks for tuning in here. Pete's got some great stuff he's going to deliver to you.
Okay, guys, let's get into this lesson. First of all, is Uncle Tony there? Uncle Tony's going to be part of my lesson tonight. I've got some footage of Uncle Tony coaching, which I'm going to go through. And then I love this from, see right here, Leslie, you're not too old. I'm almost 67. Was at Gigi Fernandez camp with Pete and the Bryan brothers in Innsbruck, and it was a great camp. That's what we specialize in adults. I don't care about the juniors. I don't care about the juniors. I'm telling you, I like you guys. So let's get into this. All right, boys. Have a good night.
All right.
Thank
Good
you.
night, all.
Let's
See you in
go.
Spain. See you in Spain.
All right, guys, I'm going to put on my headphones so you can hear me better. When I put on my headphones, let me know if you can hear me, just so I know that you can hear me. If you can't hear me, then tell me that you can't hear me. Tell me that you can't hear me, and but I think you'll be able to hear me a little better. So here we go. I'm going to put this on. Hopefully, share some good video with you all. Okay. Now I'm on with the headset, and let's just do a sound check. You guys are my sound check. So if you can hear me, just let me know you can hear me. If you can't hear me, I will take the headset off. Can you guys hear me? Yes, they can hear me. Okay, that is awesome. Okay, I feel very, very good now. Okay, so we're going to go through the top 5 lessons that I've learned here from what's happening right now is the academy coaches are running this whole thing. Okay, so good, it sounds better. The academy coaches are running this whole experience. So when you come, I coach a little bit and I hit a little bit with people, but when you come to this, the Rafa and Nadal Academy coaches are running. And it's very interesting. I learned some new things that I want to share with you. Number one is they don't care if you're an adult. They're not going to run you as hard as the juniors, but they're big believers in footwork. So the first thing I learned is they make the adults run here. So I just have a very short video that hopefully will pop up and I'll be able to show you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen. So we're going to share the screen. And I'm going to share the entire screen. And then again, you guys have to be my eyes and my ears. Let me know if you see this when I show you guys the file. That the first thing they do is, just like juniors, they have you start running laps, and then they have you start going through a bunch of footwork drills. So let me know if you guys can see all our campers running. So it's just like junior camp. You can see there's lots of people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, but they're all running laps, and they're all having a good time. And I'll come back with you real quick. So let me come back. We're going to stop sharing screens. It's going to be a lot of flip-flopping. Did you guys see that, where they're running the laps? And then they had them do a bunch of different footwork exercises. Okay, they had them do a bunch of different footwork exercises, footwork movements in tennis, because the Spanish way is they believe in footwork kind of first and footwork patterns. And then they believe in a lot of different progression drills. And then they start to get into the technique. All men running, no women. Well, that's a great question. So, sorry, Jabi. That was the morning set. So the way they did this is in the morning from like 8:30 to 10 or 10:30, they had the men come on out, and then the women came out from 10:30 to about 12. So we did just like going to junior camp, they had 2 practices a day. And then in the afternoon, the men and the women came out at the same time. So that's why on that video, there was all men running, but there are plenty of women at the camp. But that makes me feel good that you could see that. Let's see here. Craig, who is going to come out to Atlanta, I believe, with me. Makes sense. So many poor shots are a result of not being correctly set up. Yes, we can see it. I'm glad the videos. It always makes me a little bit nervous when I share my screen and share videos. So I love that you guys are helping me out and letting me know that you can see stuff. Okay. So that was the first thing I wanted to get into. Now I got to go back to my notes for point number 2. All right. Here's another thing that I love. They work in systemized progressions. And I talk about this all the time. You know, many of you guys watch online instruction because you want to be able to develop strokes like a professional tennis player. You want beautiful technique, am I right? And what they do here at the Academy is they do a lot of progression drills to where it goes from shadow stroking, which I'll show you. It goes from hand feeding. Then they take the progressions through different types of levels. I want to show you one of the cool drills I saw that I thought was really unique. But remember, they go from hand feeding to racket feeding and a bunch of different patterns, a bunch of different footwork movements. That's what I'm going to show you. And then it gets to very dynamic, you know, extreme running and point playing. So they really take the close to open. That's right. She's come to my camp, so she knows exactly what I'm talking about. And it's cool. I kind of feel good about myself just because, thank you, miss you, major FOMO. That makes me feel good because I feel like, okay, I'm doing a lot of similar things here that they're doing in Spain. And we know that they're developing great talent out here. There's so many amazing players. This facility behind me is unreal. They've got 1 million hard courts, 1 million clay courts. They got indoor clay. They've got another indoor hard court in the back. It's all about tennis here. It's all about tennis. So let me show you the next thing that I want to show you here as far as some of the like drills that they do. So I'm going to share my screen again. We are training from Sunday till today, and then we're going to the Madrid Open. And we're going to play some in Madrid, and we're going to play with Alex Correcha. I don't know if you saw that earlier, but later in the week, Alex Correcha, who got to the finals of the French Open twice, is going to be training with us and training us. And he also made Pete Sampras throw you after that. Let me find a really cool drill. Oh, here's the hand tossing drill. So let's take a look at this. So watch this as it comes up. So they do lots of hand feeding. And it doesn't matter if you are a kid. They do the same thing. They do the same drills, whether you're, 7 years old, 16 years old, 60 years old, what level you are. They believe in these nice progression, hand-fed, easy racket-fed drills so that you can really take the time to work on your footwork, number 1, and then your technique, number 2. I'm going to show you one more. Hopefully I can find that I really, really liked. Let me find it. Oh, this is kind of cool. Watch this. This is a way that you can kind of work as a doubles team. Watch some of these drills. Very creative. So watch this. With the coach, you got to volley it to the coach, then the coach pops up a sitter. See that? Let's take a look at that again. And he does this for many minutes. So, the person there has got to be able to have good control to hit it to the coach, and then the coach pops up a sitter, and then you got to be able to put it away. So that's a good way to practice some doubles drills and skills together. And we can see that my friend Doug just missed this one. He made a lot of them, though. He made a lot of them. But I thought that was a pretty creative drill. And this coach right here was amazing. He did a lot of drills like that, a lot of different setups to where he would make the first person hit to him, and then he'd control the ball to another spot of the court, and you either had to run it down or the next person hit it. I thought it was very creative, and it shows that, you know, you can really have good racket head skills. Here's another one. Watch this one, guys. Watch this. I love this. So you got to control it, tap it. Then he hits it to the open court. Control it, control, tap. All these guys are 4-0 plus on this court. Control, tap, go to the open court. I'll play that one or two more times so you can see that. And remember, he's not just going to do this with our group. He's going to do the same drill with very talented junior players, with players on the tour. They do stuff like this. They leave no stone unturned. That's how their timing's so good. They'll do easy drills like this. Then they'll do exhausting, you know, hitting. So now we'll get into more of the open practice. So this would be more of a closed environment. No, I have a couple more that I want to show in the closed environment. I love this one. Let me, you know, so lesson number 3 is if you can't do it without the ball, you're not going to be able to do it with the ball. So watch this. Let me find it. Watch this, guys. This is pretty awesome. So here's one of their top juniors, and look what he's having this lady do. She's going through her routine of hitting backhand, another backhand. He's calling out which side to go. Boom. And she did this over and over and over again. And this is what I like to say. It's not, footwork's just not about, you know, moving your feet. It's about moving your feet correctly. So, I mean, she's moving in a very specific patterns with her footwork. And the coach is making sure she gets it right. Lots of times after this, he would come to her and basically correct the way she was moving sometimes. So I love this drill. All right, cool. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so we can talk a little bit. But as we can see, these are all closed environment practices. Stop sharing my screen, see what you guys are saying. Oh, is the feed choppy? Great feedback from the pros. So can you guys still hear me okay? Who's hearing me okay and who's not hearing me okay? Lynn's saying it's a little choppy. It's starting to get loud behind me. Yes, you can hear me okay, right? Is that what you're saying? Yes, you can hear me okay, or yes, it's choppy. Be a little more specific. Hearing okay. Okay. Now, the next one, choppy. So it's choppy for some, hearing okay. Okay, video a little choppy, but hearing me okay. But overall, you're getting the point. So Uncle Tony, guys, is here, which is really cool. And let me, Scott Levy says a little choppy. Let me show you this right here. This I thought was really awesome. Again, showing how he's working with a top level player. We're talking about Uncle Tony, Rafa's coach for pretty much his entire life. Now Carlos Moya's working with him. But take a look at how he works with this woman. And I love to do this. I call this the picture perfect finish, because if you can't do everything perfect with shadow strokes and be unbalanced, when things start to get very dynamic with a lot of movement and having to hit off balance, if you don't have perfect balance, you're not going to be able to do it when things start to go faster. Then you're going to be out of control. Okay? So watch this one exercise that Uncle Tony's doing. So I'm going to present screen again. And this is really cool. So hopefully you'll be able to see it well enough. I know it's not perfect, and I apologize, but we are all the way in Spain after all. So I'm going to come here. And I'm going to watch this. This is Uncle Tony. And he's working with somebody who looks like they're probably a pro or trying to be a pro. Watch this. So she hits, and look how she has to pause and stay still. Kind of did always walk to her after she hit to try and make her stay there. He's trying to make her stay there. Bah. See how she freezes right after she hits? Ah. And she lifts up that back toe like a golfer. I call this the picture perfect finish. And I like my students to finish with that toe turning like they're a professional golfer. So this is one of the drills that I actually do at my hyper focus camp with you guys. I do the same exact drill at my hyper focus camp. And there he is doing it with a top athlete. That's Uncle Tony right there, Rafa's coach. By the way, Uncle Tony loves puppies. I want Uncle Tony to meet B2. I'll show you. Let me see if I can find that Uncle Tony loves puppies video, because I was touched when I saw that. Let me see. Do I have this up here? Uncle Tony, where are you? I know it's in here. I just can't find it right now. Uncle Tony loves puppies. Watch this. So here's Uncle Tony walking around the grounds with his puppy. Look how puppies are so great. Look how dogs just love you. See how the dogs is able to. I'll do that one more time. I was saying on the video that Uncle Tony loves puppy. I like this place even more. We'll play it one more time. There's Uncle Tony's puppy. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to come back to you guys, see what you guys are saying. You know, how many people are practicing like I've showed you so far? How many people honestly are going out and doing shadow strokes and making sure they're 100% right, are getting hand fed on a regular basis? Remember, everything you're seeing here at the Academy, the people here rinse and repeat this on a daily basis. That's how their timing gets so great. That's how their timing gets so great. Let's see here. Hello, Peter, says Paul. Max is missing scene B2. Hearing you okay? Thank you for hearing me okay. All right, let me go to next on my list. All right, one thing I want to do now, because we've seen a lot of closed practices, I want to show you how they start to open things up. So the way they start is they start with footwork exercise. They get you warmed up. Then they start with hand feeding. Then they start gradually adding the racket. It's like hand feed and then the racket taps. And then they'll start doing directionals. So now I want to show you some directionals. I realize the video is not good, but hopefully you're seeing the progressions. That's really what I want you to get out of it. Later on, I'll be sending like this straight video to you guys. So I'll be sending you the regular video. By the way, if you're watching this, if you're late on the broadcast, we're here in Spain. We're going to Madrid Open tomorrow. We're going to France in July. There's still spots available if you want to come in July to France. We're playing the Roland Garros courts. Next year, we're going to the south of France possibly, and we're definitely going to South America. So if you're interested in any of these trips, look at the link I've put in the chat and fill out the form and get on our interest list, and I can answer any questions. It's not a sales pitch or anything. You get on the list, you'll learn more about all the things that we're doing all over the world with tennis, which is a lot of fun. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how they open up practice with a couple of different examples. So we're going to do entire screen. Here. So now we boys just crushing the ball. They were more men than boys. I think they're, you know, trying to make a tour and do these directionals, all being hit harder than it even looks here on the video. You can't really appreciate how hard they're hitting unless you are there, and how long the average rally is. Lots of times after rallies, they double over because they can barely breathe, because they do this point after point after point. Okay, I'll show you that one more time in case you're not seeing the video well. But this is them going cross court, and they will do this a long time. And you can see they're working on topspin here. They're working on their hitting skills. If you've been following me lately, remember I talk about you got to have good hitting skills, and you also have to have good pushing skills if you want to win. What you don't want are tweeners. You don't want to be tweening the ball. So you can see here, these guys are clearly hitting the ball. Okay, court hitting technique. And the next video, I want to show you these guys who can hit the crud out of the ball, but they're working on their pushing skills. They're working on their slice backhand. So they're slicing the ball up the line, and they're in these slice battles. See, amazing. Look at this rally. And they do this all day long. No wonder they're so good. You know, they start every day with footwork. Then they go into hand feeds. Then they do directionals. They work on topspin. They work on their slice. They work on all kinds of different hitting patterns, which I'll show you in a second. But look at those beautiful slants on the clay. I hit on the clay today too. It's a lot of fun. So they have hard court here. They have clay. Really good decade game. I mean, whether adults are here or kids are here, everybody's giving 110% all the time. It's fun to be in an environment where it's all about tennis, and everybody you watch is hitting, you know, with 100% passion and energy. Doesn't matter the age, the level. Everybody just loves tennis here. So now we can see, now they're opening practice up even more, and they're mixing up spins, slice pushing, they're making changes. And they're also told, like they're told to go short and deep. So this isn't just by accident when the ball is going deep and short. The coach was telling them, you know, when you switch directions, I want you to, you know, give like a short slice cross court. So that's by design. It's not random. They hit a certain number of balls and then they go cross court. And then they're supposed to slice the ball and change the direction. And going that they just practice over and over again. And this is you know, that's why I say most likely, even as passionate as we are, we don't have the time to do this every day. So we have to accept more of some pushing style in our game. We can't just hit every ball realistically as we'd like to. Let's see here. Pete, like you do live stream in Europe at normal hour in Belgium for us. Oh, like that. Okay, cool. Let's see. Pete would enjoy some footwork drills. Can you create a video for a few good ones? Yes, I will do some when I get back. Maribon, my buddy Maribon says, legend Pete. We could see the progression with Uncle Tony. Awesome. I'm glad you could see that. Again, if you are interested in coming to any of this, I'm going to put the interest list. So if you're watching this and you're salivating, I'm hearing the videos are not watchable. I'm just going to do the last video. Video's breaking and freezing. I'm just going to do the last video, guys, and then we'll come back and talk. But I've got to show you that there's all this whispering around the club, like Rafa's probably going to be here around 10:30. Rafa's coming to hit. And as we know, we don't know if Rafa is going to be playing the French Open, what he's going to be doing. It's all been very hush-hush. How healthy is he? So I'm going to play the video of Rafa, which is excellent. I'll put it on YouTube. I'll send you guys emails so you can see the actual footage. But I want to show you, just to show you, hey, Rafa's here. He's hitting balls. He's hitting the ball very hard, which you guys probably won't be able to appreciate on the live stream, but he is crushing the ball. And what I learned from watching Rafa is his feet never stop moving, and his arm speed is so much faster than you can imagine. He just absolutely bludgeons every single ball with 100% effort. You cannot appreciate how fast his hands move through. But here he is. You can see his feet never stop moving. He moves like a there guy. I mean, judge for yourself. He's going to push open or not. I mean, he looks pretty serious to me in his movement. He didn't really like do sprint side to side, but he moved like this all the time. And then after he would practice like this, he would go into the cafe and not the cafe. He'd go into the training room, and some of our people actually got a picture with him. And he would do his rehab. So he'd exercise after he hit. So he did a lot of physical maintenance after he hit. We also saw him at the cafe today as well. His sister was here, and he was here, and they were both in our cafe. Well, not our cafe, their cafe. And so it's pretty cool. There's Rafa hitting. So he is hitting the ball. He is hitting the ball very, very hard. And he never stops moving his feet, guys. Never stops moving his feet. And it's pretty cool to be there ringside watching Rafa practice, especially this very important year where everybody is wondering if he's going to be able to get on the court for the French Open and try and defend his title one more time. So yeah, hopefully you guys could see Rafa hitting. I don't know. Could you guys see Rafa hitting at all? A little? Could you at least tell it was Rafa? Comment below if you could at least tell it was Rafa. Let me know. I want to see a comment. I know I apologize the video not being good, but I can't really control that. But let me know, first of all, if you could at least see Rafa hitting. And if you think Rafa, yes, we could see him. All right, cool. Yes, it's very cool. The video gave me some footwork envy. Okay, cool. We could see, yes, we could see him. That's awesome. Yes, you could tell it was Rafa. Could see Rafa hitting. I love Rafa. Yeah. His feet stopped only due to the video. Haha, yeah. I like Robert Burns said, Robert Burns from Georgia. We got to get out there out there on the court, Robert. I've just been traveling all over the place, but we got to get out there or at least go to dinner. Yeah, it's clear. Okay, before we ship off for the night, do you guys think Rafa's going to play the French Open? And do you think he has any chance of winning? Comment below. Let me know if you think Rafa is going to play the French Open. After watching him out there that serious 2 days in a row, unless he has a setback, I believe he's going to play the French Open. I really hope so, and I hope he can at least give it a good run, because he looks good out there. But it's hard to go out there and play. Practicing and playing is completely different. So it's going to be a really uphill battle for him to defend at the French Open, but I sure would love to see it happen. It's definitely inspiring to be here at this place and then see Rafa out there training, trying to give it a go. Any questions, guys? Let me know if you have any questions about what you learned tonight. I know the video wasn't great, but do you have any questions on what you learned tonight? Or any questions about the Rafa Nadal Academy or any of these trips, what it's like to go to any of these trips? Again, I'm putting in the link inside the chat. If you want to learn more about this, I will get on the phone with you, or Steve Guitardi will answer any questions you have. And it won't be a sales pitch. I pretty much sell himself. Stuart says, I think he will play. Dan says, I say Rafa wins 2023 US Open. Yes, I think he's going to win. I hope you're right. I don't think Rafa would play if he didn't think he could win. And he definitely doesn't want to aggravate an injury, says Stephen Arms. I'm interested in the hitting patterns, says Amani. Amani, she lives very, very close. She lives right down the hall from me. Hello, Amani. Mike Peters, who came out to train with me in Atlanta, he's been to Cincinnati over and over again. I think he feels he'll play if he can make a strong run. A lot. Thanks, Peter, a lot. Michael says, it seems that all the training was on hard courts. We did the first day on clay. There were, I know, Michael, you like the clay. So there was a lot of hitting and match play on the hard courts. There was also extra hitting, though, on the clay courts. So we had clay and hard. But yes, there's so many. What I love about this place, even though, you know, we don't get our pick of the litter on courts, there's so many tennis courts here, probably like 50, 60 courts, and they're all full. So it's nice to see. They're all full. People all over the world coming here. Awesome kids training, tons of adults, all different levels, and the courts are full all the time. Charlie says, Rafa can't let Alcaraz show him up. Now, Alcaraz is looking amazing. Tomorrow night, we're going to go see Tsitsipas play, and we're probably going to see Iga Swiatek play tomorrow night. Be looking for us in the stands because we have great seats. We have great seats. So you might actually see me on TV tomorrow night. So be watching the night matches because I might be on TV tomorrow night. It's possible because we're going to have really good seats. Watching the crowd reaction to Rafa, yeah, will be so awesome. Yes, Frank, you're right. All right, guys. I'm going to put the link in the chat one last time. I've got to go to bed soon because I am getting up around 6:15. Then we're going to be taking a bus to the airport, and then we're going to be going on a plane to Madrid tomorrow. The entire group, like 40 to 50 of us, going on to Madrid tomorrow, and we'll be touring Madrid and going out to restaurants and going to the Madrid Open. We'll be playing some tennis there. Alex Correcha is going to do a clinic with us on Saturday. And so it's all good. It's all good. Thanks, Peter. Travel safe and have a great time in Madrid. Roger says, lucky you. How is the food at the Academy? The food is very good. They have excellent buffets here. You know, salads, pastas, fish, meat, great desserts. Oh, let me show you the cappuccino. Let me see if I can show you this. This is pretty cool. Watch how epic this is. Don't leave yet, guys. Don't tune out yet because I want to show you something really cool. Take a look at my coffee. You see that? Do you see that coffee? See that Rafa logo? That's awesome. That's awesome. Scott's worried about me, saying getting up at 6:15 is too late. It won't be too late. It won't be too late. Lynn says, you're the best. Thanks for the live stream. Hope to work with you in person if I can afford it someday. Have a blast in Madrid. So cool. Insane. All right, guys, this was really great. Thank you guys for joining us. I was really impressed that we had like 140, I think, at one point on the live stream at 4 o'clock. That was awesome. Dinner on me back in Atlanta, Robert Burns says. Yes. It's a good life seeing all you guys. You guys make my life great. You guys make my life great. I really, really love it. Love you guys. I'm going to end the broadcast now, and we'll see y'all. Take care.